Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and welcome to another fantastic game of StarCraft 2. This one is being played between Lazarus Gaming Zelniq. He is the yellow Zerg up here in the top right of Xel'Naga Caverns. His opponent today is Root DdoRo, the purple Protoss down here in the bottom left. And yeah, Xel'Naga Caverns, PvZ. This is a best of 3 series being played for the Root Success Pays Invitational, in which every round of the tournament, the winner actually receives a small amount of cash, instead of top-loaded tournaments like you see all the time, where maybe the first through fourth place gets paid. In this tournament, the Success Pays tournament, or the Success Pays Invitational, I should call it, you could win $50 just for winning the first round, maybe $50 more for winning the second round, maybe $100 moving into round 4. Who knows? Who knows? Actually, it's very easy to find out. Just go to root-gaming.com. Basically, the entire unique aspect of this tournament is the pay structure, but there are a lot of very good players in the tournament as well. Lazarus Gaming Zelniq. Maybe you guys don't know too much about him, but I do, because he's been around absolutely forever, since the beta, playing in everything he can. He's got a billion ladder games played. He's one of the best Zerg players on North American servers, so hopefully we'll get to see some good games out of him in this series against Root DdoRo, who you may also not be too familiar with. Kiwi Kaki, Cats, and Druby usually get the majority of these games cast on YouTube, but DdoRo, no slouch himself either. He is a second-generation Root Gaming member, as I like to call him in Minigun. He is not the newest, nor is he a founder of Root Gaming. He was not around during those MLG competitions last year, but this year we should be seeing him quite a lot, and I can't wait to see how well he does at the live events. But this one is just being played from the safety and comfort of his own home against Zelniq, who is from California, I believe. DdoRo is South Korean born, but living in Canada at the moment. So now that we're actually getting into the game a little bit, Cybernetics Core coming up for DdoRo. No second gas just yet, though that could be the next thing we see. Yeah, actually, the simulator going down right there. Zelniq, on the other hand, sticking on one base for quite a while, still does not have enough gas to get the metabolic boost upgrade, so Zergling speed was not his foremost priority, but of course he is going to be getting it before any other tech structures, before a Roach Warren or Baneling Nest. He also, it looks like he wants to get a hatchery down desperately. DdoRo finally leaving him alone long enough once those Zerglings come out and shoo it away, so Zelniq will be getting his natural expansion up without too much problem right now. DdoRo is going to head back home with his probe, and I actually just cast a game from DdoRo not long ago. What was that for? That was for the Root Gaming versus Evil Geniuses clan war, and DdoRo really had a specific build in mind on this map, Xel'Naga Caverns against E.G. Idra. We'll see if he actually goes for that again. Actually, seeing this robotics facility, I can tell you that is not going to be the case. So what he did in that game against Idra actually involved multiple gateways off of one base, eventually getting up to Dark Templar, but Idra already had Overseers in the sky, and you can kind of guess how that turned out for him. But Zelniq just about getting his hatchery done here at his natural. Larva inject right on time to that hatchery. Zergling speed about 60% done. DdoRo back at his base with that first robotics facility up. Has not built a single thing out of it yet. No observer or immortal. Instead, he's going to be dropping a robotics bay quite quickly here in his main. Zelniq has not gotten too much scouting information here. I'm going to take his vision. He does have an Overlord sort of on the fringe of DdoRo's base, but he has not gotten a good look inside. He's only poked up that ramp with a Zergling, presumably to see that little front wall off. But this robotics bay this early into the game could make a big difference. It looks like he's skipping observers, warp prisms, and immortals altogether, gunning it for that first Colossus, fastest Colossus possible perhaps, and I'm not sure if he's going to start moving with one Colossus or two, but right now Zelniq doesn't actually have anything to fight with. He's got 29 Harvesters, and let's look at the units. 4 Zerglings and 2 Queens. He's got a Spinecrawler drop now, and actually back in DdoRo's base he's only got a couple of Zealots and a Stalker alive, so until he gets a Colossus out, he is actually pretty weak himself. So both players giving the other a chance to breathe, get the unit compositions that they want. Let's pull up the production tab once again. We'll see Zelniq is getting a lair up now, and a Roach Warren right here next to his lair. And he's just taking it easy right now. Basically, neither player building too many fighting units. It looks like DdoRo is ready to move down his ramp a little bit. doesn't look like either player is getting ready to attack or anything like that. Zelniq finally sending an Overlord in here, but this Stalker is literally the only anti-air that he has, and if Zelniq was paying attention, he would have just seen that Colossus. He already sees the bay and the facility and gateway number 2 coming, but he can't know for sure exactly how many gateways DdoRo has. Seeing a Colossus this quickly in the game has got to be a little bit of a wake-up call for him, though. He is getting a couple of roaches and roach speed upgraded right now. Also throwing up gas number 3 and 4 here at his natural. He's only got a few speedlings on the map. They're scattered around pretty well to give map vision, being parked at both Xel'Naga Towers, and now they're going to look and take a peek here at the natural expansion. They'll see this Colossus and basically run away immediately after that. How many more roaches are we going to see? Actually, Zelniq droning up very hard before using 7 larvae right now on a roach, 8 larvae actually on roaches. Colossus number 2 is about to complete now. It looks like he skipped extended thermal lances, so this 2 Colossus timing might be what he wants to actually push out with. We'll have to see as he drops his Nexus here, his own natural expansion. He's been behind Zelniq in terms of harvesters for quite a while now. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to catch up with this heavy tech investment that he's got going on. 40 harvesters for Zelniq, 42 now, against 27 for DdoRo on 2 bases. Another Colossus being chrono boosted out. And gateway number 3 now looking alive. So Stalker Colossus probably going to be the majority of his units there, while Zelniq has a ton of roaches out now. Let's look how many roaches exactly. 13 out on the field for Zelniq. If we look at army supply, DdoRo is actually ahead, but that is, of course, because of those 2 Colossi, but Zelniq is far ahead in actual supply count. He's got more workers and more army overall, but DdoRo has the higher value army with 3 Colossi now. One thing I do want to note, there are Stalkers and Zealots underneath these Colossi, but 0 sentries. He's not going to be able to drop any force fields or guardian shields, protecting his units from these roaches and their ranged attacks, and no force fields either to be able to split them up during this attack. So we'll see what DdoRo actually is going to be able to do here. We can see Zelniq catching him sort of in a terrible position, actually. Zelniq actually has a concave against 4 or 5 Stalkers. There's no way those Stalkers are going to be able to kill any roaches on their own. The Colossi now moving in here. They don't have extended thermal lances once again, I'll remind you, and Colossus number 1 is down. Zelniq just focusing them down with his remaining roaches. He's actually coming in from the right side here as well to try and do a flank, but it looks like DdoRo is going to survive this battle with 1 Colossus still intact. He's got an observer overhead as well, which is good because Zelniq is researching Burrow right now and tunneling claws. 17 roaches in production right now. He's wasting so much time attacking these eggs. There's no way he's going to be able to kill those before the roaches pop out, as we see. And it looks like Zelniq actually might be able to hold this off if he can kill that last Colossus off. There it goes. So now these quick roaches with the hatcheries at their back should be able to replenish fast enough to kill off these Stalkers from DdoRo, and with the heavy worker advantage, Zelniq actually looking quite good now moving into this mid-game. He's got creep spread almost all the way to DdoRo's gold base area. Zelniq doesn't look like he's taken a 3rd base yet, but that probably should be his next move if he's not too busy spending all his money on roaches. We see 10 more in production right now. He's moving all the way down to DdoRo's natural, and what does he have to defend here? Nothing but 8 Stalkers total. These roaches actually might be able to win this battle if DdoRo is not careful with his micromanagement. There we see 2 Stalkers being taken out quite quickly though, and Zelniq with that burrow regenning his HP quite quickly. Looks like there was a pause and a bunch of stuff said, but now that we're back in the game, Zelniq cleaning out probes, killing off Stalkers. DdoRo did finally get a sentry out, so he can actually use a force field once in his life. He's getting more Stalkers now. He does not have an observer. Finally, he does get that observer over here, but the roaches regenerated so much health that DdoRo really can't do anything now, and that is GG. That is just Game 1 in a best-of-3 series, though, so now let's move into Game 2 for some more PvZ action, see what happens. Zelniq taking Game 1 there with pretty much good base defense, killing off those Colossi, and just doing a quick counterattack to seal the deal. Game 2, here we come.